So today, boys and girls, I'm going to show you the last and final step of writing in kindergarten. If you pay attention to Miss Castro's work, notice how I added color to my illustration. Notice how I colored staying inside the lines, which is really, really important, boys and girls, okay? I know that sometimes you like to do rainbow colors and make things really colorful, but when we're writing in kindergarten, especially for personal narratives, which are experiences that we have gone through, we want to show the reader, the person that's reading your writing, what it was like, okay? So the other important part that I wanted to show you was this. Here at the bottom, we have the lines where you would write your sentence. A sentence is an idea that you have about your writing. So you have to find the right words to get that idea out on paper. This is the first time that you're doing the writing. Don't get frustrated. Remember, Ms. Castro put lots of resources for you to use on our Google Classroom. I'll go back to that at the end of this lesson to show you so you know where to go. Notice how I used my finger, and this is why I took a picture with my finger, because when you use your finger, that's your index finger, that's your special finger. It's for finger space. So you want space between the words that you're writing your sentence with. That's why I showed you my finger to remind you that you have to use finger space. Now, I write with my right hand. Some friends might write with their left hand. So families, if your child writes with their left hand, it's going to be complicated for them to use the other hand to do finger space. So my recommendation for the children that are left-handed, use a popsicle stick. Put the popsicle stick on the paper and that will make your finger space. So once you put the popsicle stick on the line to create that finger space, then they're able to continue writing the words of their sentence. So use a popsicle stick for children if you are writing with your left hand. If you write with your right hand, then you can just use your other hand, which is your left hand. Take that finger, and you're gonna always remember this very important idea, to give yourself finger space, okay? Now, also notice how Ms. Castro took words from our kindergarten study packet, the sight words. You can simply look there to look for words that you want to use to write your sentence. So my sentence says, I go to the farm. And notice, families, I did this writing on purpose. The way I wrote the word farm is because phonetically, the sounds that children will hear, those are the letters that they're going to write. They're not going to visually know that there should be an A in between the F and the R. Whatever sounds that they hear, those are the letters that they're going to write to create their words. Okay? So another thing, boys and girls, very important when you write a sentence, which is an idea about your writing, you always start the first letter of your sentence with an uppercase letter. So uppercase letters are the big letters. That's another reason why I left on the foundations presentations to show you the chart of the uppercase letters and the lowercase letters. So that way you know how to write uppercase letters, because you need to know that for when you do writing. When you finish writing a sentence, when you want to tell the reader that you're done with your idea, you put a period, which is this dot right here at the end. That period always goes on the grass line, okay? So eventually we're gonna be writing every week, and our writing, we're gonna see, we're gonna grow, and it's gonna improve and get better and better. Now, the other thing too that I wanted to show you with my writing, as far as the coloring, we use color pencils. So do not use crayons. The color pencils are the skinny pencils with color on them. So for writing, always, always please remember, boys and girls, to use color pencils. Those are the skinny pencils with color on them, okay? There's a reason why we don't want you to do with markers. With markers, and I'll show you a little bit later, if you use markers, it tends to make the writing dark, and then I can't really see what you drew. Crayons are nice, but sometimes they could smudge, which means it makes the coloring look a little bit sloppy. So the best thing about writing is for you to remember that we use color pencils to make sure that we are making the picture look nice. I purposely, if you look at the pumpkins, I purposely colored it like this because I want to show you, boys and girls, when you color what you draw, not only do you want to stay inside of the lines of what you drew, you want to color the whole thing in. Don't leave any white spots on the, like, look here for the pumpkins. Look what Miss Castro did. And I did this on purpose to show you my mistakes because teachers also make mistakes. You got to make sure that you color in your object. Don't leave any white spaces. Make sure you color it in whole and stay inside the line. That's a very important idea. I left the stem white. Stem should not be white. The stem should be colored brown because the stem of a pumpkin is brown. So again, as you can see, you wouldn't know that it's brown because I didn't color it in. So boys and girls, also remember when you're coloring, think about what it looks like in real life. Because I'm not going to put a purple stem because the stem of the pumpkin is not purple. And then look at how Miss Castro colored herself. Trust me, I love the color pink, but I'm not going to go coloring my face pink because my face is not pink at all. My skin it's like a little dark brown. So with the brown color pencil, I colored in the skin of my face, my hands, my legs. Same thing with my husband's body, same thing with my daughter's body. I'm not going to give them purple faces. I'm not going to give them green faces, red faces. You have to color yourself the way you see yourself in real life. If your skin's a little bit dark like Miss Castro, I recommend that you use the brown color pencil. And then you can, make it as dark or as light as you need to. And then if your skin is a little bit lighter, then you can, if you have a color pencil peach, you could use peach. If you don't have peach, I know I've suggested to my previous students to use yellow. You could use yellow, okay? But definitely color yourself, color the people the way you see them in real life, because we wouldn't want to see them with purple faces or blue faces, okay? And notice too, the clouds. I left them white on purpose because in real life, the clouds are white. So that is pretty much it as far as how we finish up our writing. So today, boys and girls, the assignment is on Google Classroom. It's due today. You had all week to work on this. I've recorded each step of writing in kindergarten. So if you need to go back and watch it, feel free to go back and watch it and get ideas from that. But this is how writing is going to be in kindergarten. You have to take it step by step. We don't want anything being rushed. So that's why I make the assignments due at the end of the week as opposed to it being due within a day or two. So get your ideas together, put them down on paper, add the details, add the labels, think of what your sentence is going to be. And families, when you ask them about the sentence and what they want to write about, my recommendation is use these words. Tell me about your illustration. That way you get to hear the words come out of the mouth of your child. We know you have your own ideas of what they drew, but we want to know what their ideas are. So when you're asking them about their illustrations and their writing, ask them, tell me about your illustration. That way you get to hear word for word what it is they're saying, okay? And then if I have any questions about the writing, of course, I'll message you on Class Dojo, or I'll also send a message on the Google Classroom under that assignment. But I really look forward to seeing all of your works. So once you post it up later today, I will be seeing that. So I just want to show you here on the screen what it looks like. Okay. Now this is the coloring with color pencils. Definitely don't go using markers. I'm going to show you why. So let's say I wanted to color my skin brown. So I'm going to use my brown marker. Watch what happens. Look what happened to my face. Do you boys and girls think that looks good, or does that look bad? Give me a thumbs up if you like it, or give me a thumbs down if you don't. A thumbs down. Kaylin, you like the way how I look? That's nice of you. Thank you, Kaylin. But this is what happens when we use markers. It tends to be darker, and you can't really see what I drew. So definitely stay away from using markers. Okay, boys and girls? And then let me just quickly show you on our Google Classroom the resources that I had posted. It's been there all week. So if we go to our Google Classroom, which I'm going to open up right now. In the meantime, does anyone have any questions? If you need to raise your hand and ask me, let me know. So that way I can answer your question. Give me 1 second. Let me open up the Google Classroom. If anyone's confused about something, let me know now so I can help you. And if any questions come up later on, families, feel free by all means, message me as much as you need to on Class Dojo so I can help you. I'm just trying to make this as easygoing as possible for you guys since you're the ones working at home with them. So going back to our Google Classroom, if you click on classwork, and then you go down to the section that says writing, where it says personal narrative 1, that's due today. Let me make it bigger. So here I provided the large grid writing paper in case if you do not have your primary composition notebook with the white space on top for your children to draw, you can print this out and use this for writing. If you have the notebook, definitely I recommend using the notebook instead. So here are some sight words that the students can use for their writing. They can look for the words under each letter. So here's I, go under the letter G, to is under T, the is under T. So feel free to use these resources. That's why I put them here for you to use. If your children are going to write about apples or any type of animals, they're free to use these resources. Please use them. Here's pumpkin. The different colors, family, farm. If they want to write out exactly who it is from their family that's in their illustration, I definitely recommend using that. So all these resources are here for you to use. Okay, if you want to print them out, feel free to do that. If not, just look at it here. If for some reason your children don't have any idea what to write about, here are some topics that they can look at to see what they would like to write about. Because we're going to be doing this writing on a weekly basis all the way through November. So they're going to be doing a lot of writing. And one thing very important, boys and girls, I know some of you love dinosaurs, some of you love unicorns, but have we ever really seen dinosaurs in real life and unicorns in real life? No. So definitely don't go writing about things that are made up. It has to be a real life story that you have gone through. Okay, think about what you've done this week. Think about something special that happened last weekend. Okay, something that you have experienced with your families in your home, or maybe a place that you might have gone to. That's what you're going to write about. Okay, so again, families, if you have any questions whatsoever, I know the assignment is due today. Just feel free to message me on Class Dojo so I can assist you with whatever it is that you need. And Alina, I love how you're trying to paint your lips with the red color pencil, but the color pencil should not be going on your face, my dear. Be very, very careful with that, okay? All right. So we're gonna